Yo, what's poppin'? So yeah, I gotta document how my game went. I made a game, 48 hours. Started with me watching some podcast, and then I decided I'm gonna make a game. So I started the game at 9, right? I planned out stuff while I downloaded the version of Unity that I wanted, but there's a problem. Well, yeah, still the problem is that I didn't have the version of Unity that I wanted. So Unity was downloading, and then I started eating, right? And when I finished, Unity was still downloading. And then, alright, all that finished. At 9:49, it all downloaded. Then at 9:55, I started working. I deleted the extra stuff in Unity. Then I organized the files. Then I put some music. I need some distractions, right? But when I started working, it was too plain. I needed to look at something. So I started making some sprites, right? When I made the sprites, I deleted it because I want to use 3D instead. Because then I don't got to animate it. I can just rotate it. And I put unlit textures on it so that it just works, So, oh yeah, let me tell you the plan. Let me open the Windows doc so I can see what the plan was. I forgot it already. Alright, so it says here, top-down fantasy, 2D. You can switch between 3 characters, and each one got abilities, right? The camera's separate, so you can switch between the characters, Because sometimes I put the camera in the character, but not this time. I was planning for 3 levels. I wanted a forest, a cave, and a dungeon, and I wanted a boss in the dungeon. That didn't work out. Characters gotta look at the mouse, obviously. Well, not obviously, but you know what I mean. We got the weapons separate from the body, so I don't got animate no arms. Spherical and simple, so I don't gotta do no details. They move in 8-way directions because I don't feel like doing controller support. And the animations are bouncy, so I don't gotta draw anything. So, and then I had an AI system. Basically, I put a bunch of circles, and when the AI hits the circle, it activates a state. And it's the attack state and the save state, apparently. But I think I did more than that. When they in the follow spheres, the safe ones, they walk towards you and they stay in there. And then a timer goes down and they either slide or they attack you. When they attack and they go back to the sphere. When they're in the sphere and you try to walk towards them, they walk away. You walk away, they try to walk towards you, so they stay in their sphere. Right? What's next? I have a script, but that wasn't working out, so I'm just winging it. Alright, so then I started coding. And I made a camera script that lets you switch between the characters by pressing Q and E. And then I made some short code for the inputs. But the input system that Unity uses wasn't working for me. It used to work in 2019, but this time it kept giving me errors and it wouldn't download right, so I just didn't use it. Then I coded in the code that makes them look at the mouse. And then I made the code so they attack when you left click. And here on the script, not the script, but the general idea page, it says I forgot to record last night, But here's some progress of what I had the following morning, with the only difference being the camera angle. So I'm going to show you some footage of that right here. And in the footage, there's a problem if I got the right video, that the characters clip through each other. Because since it was 2D, they move on X and Y, but they're all at the same distance, and I can't move the depth because they're 3D objects on a 2D plane. Oh yeah, I added a nav mesh. That way I don't have to do any of the AI stuff myself, and they also can't fall off the map, so it's less buggy. The AI worked exactly as I said on my. This is the only part that actually got 100% through from the plan. I followed it, but I stumbled around because I was going to do it based on distance for a while, but that didn't work out. After the distance didn't work out, as of the original plan, I made the circles in Blender, and the circles didn't have the mesh colliders turned into triggers, but then I had to separate each square of the circle because triggers don't work when there's holes in them. If there's holes, it fills up the hole. So that's part of the trigger too, which led to issues. So each square was its own object now, and that helped it in the end for choosing which spot on the circle you want to be, right? So after that, I had to draw the level. For drawing the level, I could have made assets, but I was too lazy. So instead of making assets, I opened up Krita, and I just drew all the assets in one go with the same on the background. So all the trees, all the boxes, all the pillars, and the background, and the river and everything, it's all on one PNG. Now, if I made assets, it would have taken a lot less time. So my laziness ended up with a lot more work because it's basically hand-drawn at this point. After that, since they're not assets, it's just a PNG, I had to make collision boxes, like just plain collision boxes, and make them invisible so you don't see the collision boxes. And then bake the nav mesh again. And then I had a problem that since it's on a PNG, you could walk in front of and behind all the trees. Like you wouldn't go under it. If you walked on a tree, you would be over it. But I never fixed that. You just have to deal with it and not walk over trees or over other things. There was a couple things that were made specifically so you could walk behind them, but that never happened. So you just got to deal with that. And I was running out of time. Well, I wasn't running out of time. I think I had like 6 more hours. You go, there's like 50 enemies, but they have like 3 health, and you have like 20. You go, you get the key, and you go up to a door, and you win. There's a fail state. You could die. That was it. There's no abilities, only one level, only one type of enemy, only one attack. And I think it worked out well. Now the rest of the footage, I'll let it play out so you can see how the game ended from start to finish.